Samaje back here with another video. Today we're about to be reacting to a video on Cave Divers Need to Stop by Tommy. But I'm with this whole sentence right away. I'm probably gonna be with this whole video because it's so weird and it just gives me claustrophobia every time I just see these people crawling in these tiny spaces, and it just gets me so like shivers because the one dude that died, the one famous case, the Nutty Putty Cave, I think. He died in that little crevice when he squished himself in there, and they just left his body and covered him up with cement, and it was over that fast. That's just it just gives me heebie-jeebies.
I can barely keep my hand above water.
Jack and his
Cave diving, an underwater extreme sport which is done as a way to explore the wonder of caves. You can face wonderful things such as dark, desolate spaces with the sharpest rocks on Earth, tight openings where you may have to break your kneecaps to get through, oxygen tanks that can run out and potentially have you suffocate to death, but ooh, look at that view. And if you're mad at me for calling it a sport, don't get mad, okay? That's what Google says. But when you're in situations like this, it's probably a sport, right?
Are elbow pads gonna be a problem for me? My sweater or anything?
The passage is both rugged and very tight for me.
Okay, cool. The rock camera will be helpful. Is there room to turn around and come back? Okay. Oh my goodness. I understand. So Jacob went face first down and dropped down there. It's a little tight through here, but I can keep.
I'm not gonna lie, I would be probably hyperventilating, panicking, in our whole situation. You probably would never want me around in those whole situations. If I'm ever stuck in those situations, I'll probably be done for, bro. Honestly, I hate tight spaces. It's just what it is. Even when something's kind of like little square room, probably I don't know. I don't know how many feet, but it has to be pretty close for me to just start hyperventilating and getting out of my mind.
And it's where this was a free will pick. So yeah, cave divers have been the topic of the month in social media trends, I guess. I don't know who or when we started talking about cave divers, but if you go on YouTube, you got a ton of channels documenting the craziest cave diver deaths. And on TikTok, it's become a trend to make fun of them. The joke being, anytime a cave diver sees a tiny crack, they try to slide right in. That may have not sounded right, but y'all get the point. Now, my main reason on making this video was trying to find out why the f anyone would do this. Obviously, the main people this appeals to is thrill seekers. There's a whole genre of human who just love doing the most death-seeking activities, which we'll talk about later, but we'll focus on cases where almost nobody on Earth has visited. It's like that thing in humanity where everybody wants to be the first at something, and that's usually where a lot of the cases happen, in places that have never been explored. Even if they are, though, if you're not professionally equipped, you're gonna end up
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this is just way more just risky because you have a chance of not coming back. Every other situation, climbing a mountain and everything, at least has a way down, has a way up. But cave diving, you have no way out. One wrong turn, you're done. One wrong turn into a tight crevice, you'll probably be stuck there forever. I'm not willing to take that chance. But I get it. People are trying to go out there and make a name for themselves, but are you willing to die for that? Don't even answer that question.
One of the most famous cave diving incidents is known as the Nutty Putty Cave incident. You may have seen your favorite horror YouTuber talk about this for the 20th time, but I'm sorry, I do have to rehash it for the people that may not know. It all started on November 24th, 2009. A man named John Jones with his brother and friends decided they wanted to go cave diving in the, you guessed it, Nutty Putty Cave. Most of the cave was mapped out by people exploring it, but not all of it. My brain is way too small to figure out how the they mapped it out purely by looking at things like this. Probably why I just make YouTube videos. John accidentally slipped into the wrong section of the cave though, and got put into a narrow slope in the cave facing downwards. I don't know how you don't panic like this, but I would be cooked. And over 27 hours, 130 rescuers were trying to save him. They tried to pull him out with a system of pulleys and ropes, but it made things worse. And when one person finally managed to be pulling him out, his rope snapped in half. That's the type of luck I would have in this situation. But sadly, through the next day, they couldn't end up pulling him out, and he ended up dying from cardiac arrest and suffocation in the cave. The whole situation is sad, and John sadly wasn't trained enough for it. The worst part about this is, I just found out they made a movie recreation of it. Imagine someone close to you dies a tragic death in a scenario like this, and they make it a movie with 5.5 stars on IMDb, and put that on Peacock for free. Like, man, at least put it on Netflix. Now we gotta lay down one thing about cave diving.
That's crazy. You're making a movie about the dude's tragic death. I mean, I guess I'm pretty sure the family gave them like, full go for it, but like I think that's just truly fucked up, especially naming it The Last Descent too. That's some crazy shit. The things that people do to make some money, they better have at least gave the family some good ass profits for that. Not like a little portion of the profits, a good chunk of it. You making it on a dead relative.
Obviously, by the amount of people that do them, it's not a casual thing of a cave diver going out to explore and being packed up immediately. It's more of a when a situation does happen, it becomes a big thing that people talk about because the situations are so crazy. Another reason cave divers do it is to see the formations of the cave and how cool they look. And I can admit, they look pretty cool. Not worth risking my life to death type of cool, but I can give it a thumbs up. People also find new species when going cave diving. And who doesn't want to be a person who could say they found a whole species? A lot of times it is pretty useless though, like worms and shrimps. But at least you can name yourself after it. I also found this post about some cave divers explaining why they personally do it. And yes, this Reddit is called r/caving. Nowadays, anybody got a Reddit. Speaking of Reddits, make sure y'all join mine too. I check it every Twitch stream. The person said, so a few days ago, I came across caving accidents on YouTube, and I've been terrified of the concept of caving since then. I'm not making this post disrespectful by any means, but I'm just genuinely curious. Let's see, y'all think the cave divers got mad at this? The top comment is, why do anything that's not required to exist? It's fun and fulfills desires. Same with most activities in the outdoors. Okay, I would say not every activity is like cave diving outdoors. You know, you got hiking. I feel like that's pretty safe as long as you go to a well-pathed area. You know, you also got fishing too. Most of us don't shy away from what ifs. You could expire in a desert if you're not prepared, or another risky activity. Oh my god, I can't read. Mountaineering? What is that? I don't think I've ever heard of that. Oh my god, that's this? This is by far worse than cave diving, because genuinely, bro, like, that ice gives up, that ice melts a little bit, you're cooked. I think the crazy mountaineering activity I'll never understand is Mount Everest. Like, Mount Everest is so dangerous.
They have bodies as checkpoints.
To help people want to climb the mountains from people that formerly died there. You can go
Oh my God, I've seen videos on like Mount Everest, and I've seen like the photos and stories about how they died and who they were. I was like, that's fucked up, and it's just crazy and haunting to see they're just frozen in time forever. It's been people's like frozen since like the 90s, and they just leave the body there because I guess the family just wants to leave it there and like leave it as an example, or you know just probably like leave it as a monument to their little hobby that they used to do.
as fast or slow as you want. Keep it tame or push your limits. For me, it started as a fun thing to do, but now it's more about research and conservation of the caves. Okay, see, that's a little bit better of a reason. Because, we're going to have some type of people to research those caves and do that as a job. And if most scientists don't want to do that, I respect him for doing that. Cave divers with loving family when they find a 0.0001 centimeter called the devil's anus and they dive into it. The TikTokers have invaded the cave diving subreddit. Come on, y'all, this is their haven, bro. But something I think is way worse of a thrill-seeker activity is all those parkour videos back in the day that used to go viral. I don't know why in the 2010s the thing was parkour and people doing double backflips off buildings.
He has a point right there. He has a point. There were so many videos on Fail Army YouTube channel. You know that channel, yeah, used to be way popular in like the early 2010s. And Damn, nigga, it was so many people failing, and then another thing about the 20 top 15s, they had top 15 people that fell to their death. Not a good highlight, but eesh.
But it's another one of those free will things people choose to do with their life. Like these will straight up climb skyscrapers in the clouds to get the thrill. I feel like I'm gonna fall off by just watching these videos. And for them, it's even more of an adrenaline high on why they do it. I guess the dopamine released on the risk of falling is just too good to pass up on. There's another well-known incident that happened with this thrill-seeking activity that went viral a couple years ago. Shocking, wonder how it could go wrong. His name was Wu Yongning, and he was a famous guy on social media for doing all types of crazy roof climbs. These pictures look straight up photoshopped. I wanna know how the in a picture like this, you keep your balance. One wind gust and you're out clean. He was recording a video for a challenge that offered some money for who had the best rooftop climb. And on camera, while recording, he was on the side of a building when he lost grip and fell 62 stories. Or in American terms, 1,120 feet. And this whole incident I'm talking about, it's on the internet. Like, you can exactly see how it goes until he falls. It's disturbing to know as soon as he's out of the frame, he's going probably for another couple of seconds before hitting the ground and splatting to his death. And what I notice in a lot of these type of activities, a lot of these people don't even associate there could be any type of risk until a major incident happens. So yeah, that's about all I wanted to talk about today.
Man, I think the cave-in might be better than climbing skyscrapers and shit. He kind of topped me with that one. I thought the cave-in shit was dangerous. But nigga, the parkour shit is clearly more dangerous than ever. People, I mean, maybe it's just me. I just don't get the thrill of being so like a daredevil. I guess that's in people's mind. I guess that's why everybody's different. But I don't know how people go through with that. If you putting your life on the line just for like a few moments in history, media, everything, and then people's just gonna report on your death. But hey, if you guys want to see more videos by Tommy, just put them down in the comments, and I'm gonna be reacting to more videos. But hey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We on the road to 200 subs. But hey, catch you guys later.